Hello everyone and welcome back to the Common Sense Crypto channel. As with you always, this is Rich doing another video today on XRP. So I hope you're all having a wonderful day today wherever you are in this great world. We're going to talk about XRP, and once again, this is the 1 hour chart. We're still fluctuating just below 50 cents right now. But like I told you in yesterday's video, Ripple was going to take back that XRP. 500 million XRP was locked in Ripple escrow yesterday. It was actually 800 million XRP. Why? Because there's a demand for XRP. RippleNet demand grows 8x despite SEC lawsuit. Now that was from back in 2022. So what's the demand on XRP today? It would be nice if Ripple gave us an update on that. You know, are more on-demand liquidity corridors requiring more XRP today than they were requiring back in 2022? Let's hope we get some sort of update in the future. Money Mayhem, it's happening. 10 major banks set to close in the same state as customers need to make arrangements to access their money. California will endure 10 bank closures in September after the state already watched 16 branches close in August. Bank of America, Wells Fargo, Citibank, JP Morgan, and Flagstar Bank are closing branch locations throughout the state. And we've been watching this happen for quite a while now. All over the country, banks are closing up the branches because everything is pushing over to this right here. Everything is going digital. We're almost to ISO. And if you hold these cryptocurrencies, they are going to be absolutely life-changing. But you know, as the banks are closing up, the rest of the world's like, oh, well, another bank branch just closed. Oh, well, let me go look for a new bank. They don't realize what is coming. And that's why I always try to tell you, you know, you're holding XRP. Who cares what the price is today? I'm more looking towards what the price is going to be a year or two from now. So can we make the horse and buggy move faster? Sure, if we just move to a Ferrari. Take a listen to this.
Competition has clearly been a good thing for Swift. You know, I think that I do think what has happened at GPI is a big step forward. You know, for 40 plus years, we had a construct around how cross-border correspondent banking worked. It worked, but it had a lot of limitations. We're seeing that move forward, but I think it's a step forward when you're switching from kind of, you know, if I may, horse and buggy to, you know, hey, can we make the horse and buggy go faster? Sure, but if we can actually just move to a Ferrari, let's do that.
You know, Swift is the horse and buggy. RippleNet technology is the Ferrari. And you're invested in a cryptocurrency that's absolutely going to be game-changing when it comes to sending money around the world. That's why I always tell you, it's just a matter of time until XRP shows its actual price. But a lot of people feel like this. Nothing is happening every month. It's because things like this that we're invested in, they take time. They're not built overnight. But you could see the pieces of the puzzle coming together all around the world. Ripple partners with this bank. Ripple working on CBDC in this country. You know, this bank decided to partner with a partner of Ripple, and they're going to utilize RippleNet technology. Later, when XRP is flowing all around the world, moving all that money, that's when you're going to see the price of XRP really start to take off. But patience is what will get you there. Now listen to this. When companies were building onto the internet, they didn't say Microsoft is partnering with the internet because it's a public good, a public infrastructure, and now we got digital public infrastructure. Take a listen to this.
Actually make sure that we know how to run this technology securely within enterprises. How do we get all of our compliance, risk, and cybersecurity teams on board and comfortable with this technology? Now, many years later, a number of traditional financial institutions have done that work, have done a lot of experimentations and proof of concepts, and have a deeper understanding of this technology than they have before. And that's why, for example, as Jason mentioned, we're sort of entering this phase where in reality, the technology should fade into the background. Like, I don't think anyone ever leads with like, I'm building a business that's like based on AWS, or like, I'm building an email-based business. Like, congratulations. Like, at some point, it enables the business and it's efficient and it makes us, it enables us the ability to do more with more people around the world faster. And similarly, a digital assets infrastructure and blockchain will enable that in the context of value transfer and transactioning.
So think about it like this, right? You see the partnerships happening for Ripple all around the world, but then there's no price movement. It's because these companies, they don't even understand the technology. The banks don't really understand the technology yet. They still got to go through a testing phase to see how the product works. Later, once they realize, hey, this is an amazing product, we have to have it in our banking system. This bank starts using it. All of a sudden, the bank down the road says, wow, the bank up the street is outperforming us by far. We need to get the same system that they have put in place here at our bank. And then all of a sudden, you start to get mass adoption. But again, that takes time. Then there's this. SEC request for XRP appeal faces opposition and mockery. Now, the one thing that I think is holding holding XRP back right now is the fact that Ripple is still tied up with the SEC. However, the appeal, it looks like Ripple's most likely going to win this at some point, or something's going to happen, and they're going to have to pay a fine, and then we move forward. But as long as this keeps going on, I think it's still holding the price of XRP back, because some institutions, financial institutions, they don't like to get involved where the SEC is. They like to stay out of it, wait on the sidelines for a conclusion to it. Then all of a sudden, they're going to want to jump in. And that's where I think we are right now with the SEC versus Ripple case right now. But while that's still happening, you see Ripple still expanding everywhere else outside the United States. The buy is ready, November 8 to 9, 2023. 600 plus attendees, 80 plus speakers, 40 plus countries represented. This energizing two-day event will be filled with captivating discussions on topics that are most important to the financial industry today. And we're going to most likely get a lot of big announcements coming from Ripple swell as well. Then there's this. If you don't think Ripple and XRP are involved, then you're not paying attention. Anthony Welfare from Ripple explains the evolution of money at the Digital Euro Conference. Cryptocurrencies, digital currencies, CBDC. Europe with Mika will be the first to launch its CBDC. And I think they're 100% right about that. Christine Lagarde right now is fast-tracking around the CBDC. I think she sees the BRICS as the threat, as a bigger threat than what the U.S. is taking BRICS as. And I think she wants to make sure Europe is ready. And, I still think that BRICS and the U.S. are working together to usher in the new financial system. I mean, when you have a country that's rolling $33 trillion in debt, they want a level playing field already. They want to get rid of all that debt. How do you do that? By bringing in a new financial system. Central bank, digital currency, and the MENA region, Middle East and North Africa, 2023 to 2026 roadmap. And once again, Ripple is involved in this as well. But it's country after country. And when you see those announcements, but yet the price don't move, I stay patient because I know these announcements eventually will lead to a surge in the price of XRP. But then there's tokenization as well, and that didn't even get going yet. That's something we still have to look forward to. And Ripple is an infrastructure option with some differentiation with users to plug into additional tools like Liquidity Hub, Custody, the XRP, Ledger DEX, Trust Lines, fast, low-cost settlement, and soon an AMM, and so on. So Ripple has everything already put in place around tokenization. So I think they're going to capture a good percentage of that market as well. Once that surge comes, that's going to be absolutely incredible. And, you know, I pointed out in a video yesterday how all these ISO coins, they're all tied to tokenization as well, because they know that's where the money is. That's the next big step for crypto. Don't miss the opportunity to create generational wealth and never listen to the naysayers. You know what I noticed from when I first got into crypto to now? Back then, it seemed so much easier, and you didn't have so many people complaining like you do today. You know, back then, everybody was still chasing meme coins, and XRP being a world's reserve currency was still all the talk back then, backed by gold, moving all the world's money on a daily basis. And people absolutely loved investing in XRP. Today, the price doesn't move for a couple weeks, and right away, people are like, that's it, I'm done with XRP, I'm getting out, and I'm never coming back. But if you know what you're holding, you can hold through the times where we're going sideways, because you know at the end of this, you're going to see the green candles once again, and you will get generational wealth from this cryptocurrency if you hold it long enough. Everybody wants to know how much XRP they should be holding. It's not a matter of how much, but how long can you continue holding? Can you withstand XRP plummeting down below 30 cents? Massive shakeout happens right before we take off. Can you hold through that? Because I always tell you, you're a crypto investor. You got to prepare yourself for anything that could happen. Some bad news comes out, and all of a sudden, the whole market dips, taking XRP with it. You can't panic sell at a time like that. Look what happened with Bitcoin. It just plummeted the other day because now the ETF is delayed once again because of the SEC. And it started plummeting, taking the rest of the market with it. But everybody assumed it was just XRP dumping out. But that's the way this market works right now, until XRP decouples from Bitcoin. And I think that's going to happen in the future. And then all of a sudden, we'll have a utility-driven market. And nobody could put a price on that. Nobody knows how high XRP can go if that was to play out. Nobody knows the amount of time you're going to have to hold to see the top of the market either. Everybody knows when, like, they call the top of the market, but they don't know if that's the top or not. They're just speculating. Just like everybody says the bottom is in, but they don't know for sure because they're speculating. You know, I always tell you, you're holding a cryptocurrency that has a ton of potential behind it. Why not just do nothing and wait for the full potential to hit the price of XRP? Because at that point, you will be totally shocked by what's been being built over the last how many years now. A whole new system to replace a 50-year-old outdated system. That's exactly what Swift is. And to build a new system and everybody's comfortable with Swift. You know, they've been using it for 50 years. Now all of a sudden, here comes Ripple down the street and they say, hey, we got this new product, this new technology, and it could improve what you're using now. Of course, banks are going to be skeptical. Of course, they're going to want to test it out. But if you can hold while all of this happens, you will get generational wealth. With that said, I'm going to wrap up this video. I want to thank you all for watching. I appreciate all of you. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great night.